The game is afoot.
Yes!
Donkey Kong 64!
Welcome to a brand new episode of The Completionist. Man, I want a banana.
Donkey Kong 64. I feel like when I was growing up, I was the only one that actually really enjoyed this game. In fact, I liked this game so much that I entered into a gaming competition at a small Japanese game store, and the winner received a limited edition Donkey Kong 64 banana controller. Guess who won?
Yo, what up?
DK64 was a great time. It had fun bosses, different characters to control, interesting bonus levels. Hell, it even came with a Nintendo RAM adapter.
But Beardman, isn't this just a clone copy of the Banjo-Kazooie series? Why did Rare do this to us? Was this the end of the world known as Rare?
You got me there, Greg. This is indeed one of Rare's last stands.
But alas, there was another.
Here we go.
Alright, so I don't know what Rare or Miyamoto were thinking, but before you even start the game, you are greeted with the infamous Donkey Kong rap. This intro's out of place, it's corny, it leaves the gamer feeling incredibly uncomfortable. And I freaking love it. I don't care who you are, but if you've ever played this game, you've memorized that Donkey Kong 64 rap, and it's a damn guilty pleasure this game has.
If only we could replicate this rap in our own unique way.
We all know the old school story known as the original Donkey Kong. DK steals Pauline, Jumpman aka Mario must save her in the grueling levels of never-endingness, and Steve Wiebe and that one guy fight with the younger Donkey Kong. Or is it both? Either way, they fight it out.
Yep, that's exactly how I remember it.
Prior to this game, we've had Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3. Now these stories are for another review, but the gist is this. You've got Donkey Kong.
Actually, it's technically DK Jr. They claimed that Cranky Kong was the original DK.
Well said, Greg.
Just doing my homework, Gerard, and I'm getting a B-.
You've got Donkey Kong, our hero, who's been upgraded with a more clean and slick look with his sidekick Diddy as they fight King K. Rool, an alligator lizard of sorts hell-bent on stealing the banana horde from the Kong family. After trying 3 times and failing, it looks like Donkey Kong is finally enjoying his time off, only to find out that King K. Rool has now invaded Kong Island, kidnapping members of his family and the banana horde. DK starts his quest by rescuing Diddy and the other Kong family members. The other Kong members consist of Lanky Kong, Tiny Kong, and Chunky Kong. Donkey Kong has no choice but to end King K. Rool and the tyranny behind his antics. My big problem is with the character selection. I was a bit disappointed. In the previous games, you introduced characters like Dixie Kong, Funky Kong, Candy Kong, and Kiddy Kong, and you can't control any of these Kongs this time around. Although Funky and Candy are around, Dixie and Kiddy both disappeared from the DK lore. You guys know I like simple plots, and Donkey Kong is actually one of my favorite video game characters. Plus, he's got a tie, which means he means business. And I mean business when I play games. But then Rare went out of business. Business in my heart.
Cause you had a bad day, bought by Microsoft. Now nobody plays it but soccer moms.
I know a lot of you guys are thinking to yourself, this game looks a lot like Banjo-Kazooie, another Rare game I've reviewed. Bears! Yes, DK64 does look and sound a lot like Banjo-Kazooie. Both have a lot of similarities in regards to level designs and musical score. But what makes Donkey Kong 64 different from any other 64 platformer? Well, for starters, graphically speaking, the N64 cannot run DK64 by itself. In fact, everyone who purchased DK64 was given a RAM extension pack which allowed the N64 to run the game. It's interesting because the game's graphics don't look much different than Banjo-Kazooie, but there is a ton of content in this game, way more than what Banjo-Kazooie had to offer. The music is pretty damn catchy and fun. It tends to stay in your head a lot of the time. If you've seen my top 10 music tracks from video games, you'll know the Donkey Kong Country 2 bonus music is one of my favorite tracks of all time. However, DK64 took that all-time classic for me and beat the living crap out of it. It seems like every power-up music in this game has a different take on it, which gets really old really quickly. although I do really enjoy the Russian remix when DK gets his power up.
Go, Donkey, go!
DK64 is your standard action platformer, but it brings a lot more than just collect the stars or get the jiggies. The ultimate goal is to collect the golden bananas.
Oh, banana.
From the start, after you've defeated the tutorial, you'll discover a gigantic croc locked away named Lumsy. While your primary objective is to get golden bananas, each boss has a golden key which you can use to unlock one part of his cage, and every time you unlock a part of a cage, he opens up a new level for you. So, you've already got 3 or 4 incentives to beat the crap out of this game. Obviously, you start with Donkey Kong, but as you make your way, you unlock other Kongs to join you, each which offer a different experience of gameplay. In fact, sometimes you cannot progress or solve puzzles without having a certain Kong with that specific ability. DK is a bit slow, but strong. Diddy is nimble and quick, but he's a bit weaker. Tiny is faster and hits a little bit less than Diddy, but she can also twirl in the sky with her hair. Lanky is what I call the medium Kong, in the sense that he's the most balanced out of everyone. And then you've got Chunky, who moves the slowest, yet hits the hardest. Also, he gets drunk on pirate ships.
You know, I'm not a sellout like you, Donkey Kong. You go to work in a tie, but I'm gonna keep wearing my vest and my hat all the time. I'm not wearing a tie.
There are a few different barrel huts in each world. Cranky's hut is where you go to learn new abilities. Funky's hut is where you go to get weapon and weapon upgrades. Sneaky's hut is where you give him blueprints for the secrets behind King K. Rool's ultimate weapon. And Candy's hut is where you go to get musical instruments.
Monkeys with musical talent, you say? I think I've got an idea for my next rock opera.
Your life meter is based on 4 pieces of a watermelon. Obviously, when depleted, you die. But you can expand your watermelons by visiting Candy Kong in certain parts of the game. All of these things can be purchased with banana coins, but banana coins are color coordinated for each character. On each level, each individual Kong member must solve puzzles, play bonus games, kill the color coordinated splats to get the blueprint pieces, or help out individuals in order to be given a golden banana. There's 5 golden bananas on each level per Kong, meaning there's 25 golden bananas. There's 7 levels, and you also have an additional 25 golden bananas from the overworld. When you do the math, you'll find that there's 200 golden bananas. Each level also comes equipped with 100 bananas to be collected for each character, meaning there's 500 bananas per level.
My god, that's a lot of bananas.
Majority of the fun in this game comes from collecting the golden bananas. The game's difficulty does scale pretty well. Obviously, as you progress, the game gets a lot harder. Although I had an issue with the bonus games, as they start to recycle about halfway through, instead of bringing new and different challenges. Which kind of sucks, because some of these bonus games don't need to be harder, but they become so. Some of these bonus games' mechanics don't even seem to work correctly. I mean, look at this one.
God, seriously? What? Just go the right, friggin' beavers, man!
While there's a lot of standard enemies from the previous Donkey Kong Country games, for whatever reason, Rare put a lot of bizarre character models in this game, especially when it came to Chunky Kong sections.
Those are dice. And domino pieces? Is that a dice and domino transformer? And killer tomatoes too? Science.
In each level, there is a portal that takes you to a blue rhino and a pink pig's lair. If you feed the blue rhino the number of bananas he needs to get fat, he will then gain enough weight to slam on his button, which will launch the pink pig to open the door to the boss fight. The boss fights are really fun and unique, and I really enjoy that random factor they lead you to believe as the game sorts through all the different Kongs just to pick one for that fight. Now, the boss fights start out as fun and interesting, but as you kind of get through them, you'll realize they just start to recycle some of the bosses with different upgraded gameplay mechanics. Listen, repeating bosses are not too fun in my book, unless it's a reoccurring theme like the rival from Pokemon. At least with Pokemon, you really feel like your character and your Pokemon have grown so much together, whereas with this, it doesn't really seem that dynamic at all. Hidden within DK Isle and its levels are also banana fairies. Collecting all the banana fairies will grant you a lot of secret perks such as infinite ammo and infinite banana coins. Also within each level, there are King K. Rool pads in which you go to a battle arena and fight an onslaught of King K. Rool's finest. There's also 2 company coins you must collect in order to progress at the end of the game. You get these by completing retro games from these companies. The Nintendo coin you get by completing the first 4 levels in the original Donkey Kong twice, and the rarer coin you get by collecting the high score on the Jetpack game. You can unlock this Jetpack game by collecting 15 banana medals, which means you have to collect 75 bananas 15 times.
Wait, hold on a sec. Let's break this down real quick. In this game, there are 200 golden bananas, 3,500 regular bananas, 40 blueprints, 40 banana medals, 20 banana fairies, 10 battle arena crowns, 8 boss keys for Lumsy, God knows how many moves all the characters get, an ungodly amount of banana coins to purchase all the upgrades, a rareware coin, a Nintendo, plus each Kong gets their own gun and their own instrument?
All to get 101% completed. There's a reason as to why this game won the award in 2008 for the Guinness Book of World Records for the most things to collect in a video game.
That's a lot of bananas.
So, let's say you've collected everything. As my good friend Gung Ho Al says, the game is afoot. You make your way to King K. Rool's lair, only to find out that he's on the run and he's about to launch his secret weapon on Kong Isle. This part of the game is really awesome because it really tests your ability to use everything you've learned in the game. Also, those blueprints you've been getting from those Kasplats, this is where they come into play. The blueprints are for his weapons, so if you've collected all of them, you've got 50 minutes to complete this level before you die. After finally reaching his lair, K. Rool gets away on his ship, but luckily for us, we collected the rareware coin and the Nintendo coin, allowing us to get the 8th key for Lumsy's cage. Lumsy then gets free and destroys K. Rool's ship, crashing him into the ground, which then brings up to our final bout with the King. Quite arguably one of the best fights in this game, you control all 5 Kongs to different parts of a boxing match against King K. Rool. Each 5 stages of the fight are really fun as they make you think on your feet as you go toe-to-toe with King K. Rool.
Donkey Kong 64 is a gamer's nightmare, but after doing a recent playthrough of it, it kind of reminded me of why I love this game so much. With that in mind,
A lot of you guys thought I forgot about the secret 201st banana, didn't you?
Well, you did forget about the aliens.
You're dead to me, Greg. It turns out that after you've collected all the 200 golden bananas and the banana fairies, you can get the last rareware gigantic golden banana. How does one get it? Simple. Just revisit the banana fairy and speak with her, and once you do so, it'll be awarded to you. Once you get the golden banana, beat the game one more time to view a special ending. Unfortunately, nothing special comes of having that 201st banana in regards to your percentage. Your percentage total doesn't change at all. It's still 101.
in all seriousness, Donkey Kong 64 is a challenging and difficult game at the end of days of the N64. Sure, it didn't do that much different from games like Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie, but it was still a fun time regardless. With that in mind, this game gets my completionist rating of Finna-peat it.
Finna-peat it!
The rating of Finna-peat it stems from the fact that this game actually deserves a play it or finish it rating. However, when you reach the end of the game, you kind of realize you've almost collected everything and beaten everything there is to it. So you might as well finish strong and complete the game. That is all the time I have for today, guys, so please, as always, leave a positive or negative comment in the boxes below. Don't forget to leave game suggestions for the future of the show. Also, like me on Facebook, facebook.com/thecompletionist, and follow me on Twitter if you've got a Twitter account. That's twitter.com/jkcompletesit. I want to say real quick, thank you guys so much for supporting the show. All of your comments, your likes, your subscribes, all that stuff. I can't be more grateful. It's so awesome doing the show each and every week, and I love talking to you guys on Facebook and Twitter, and playing games with you guys on Steam, and like League of Legends and that kind of thing. And I want to go ahead and say right now, as to your guys' request, I set up a P.O. box, so you guys can send me things like fan art, games I haven't played, any kind of posters from games you guys have lying around to be featured on my wall right here. This is all my stuff, by the way, but if I get a lot of stuff from you guys, I'd love to do a mailbag kind of show, just a small little clip segment of all the stuff you guys send me, because I'm a really big believer in community, and you guys, without the Beardman community, as I'm now calling you guys, I would have no show. I wouldn't be doing this, and you guys right now are the one thing that's keeping me going each week, so thank you so much. Now if you excuse me, Angry Beavers. And no, not the cartoon show. I wish.
Okay, I can handle it. Come on, just go. No. What? Why do you have to? Oh, every freaking time. Seriously, do you have to be broken? Oh my God, come on. Okay. All right, you want to do that? Yeah, do that. Yeah, go over there. That's where I wanted you to go. Yeah, you freaking jerk. Yeah, I don't like beavers anyways. You son of a... Oh my... Why did they even create this? Why does this exist? I don't even know. I mean, it's making me talk in such a high-pitched voice, I don't even know if I can come back down again. Oh, come on. It's so broken. It is so broken, and nothing can fix it. It's not like they're gonna patch this game